Hello, my name is Sean and I'm an alcoholic. Um, Today is April the 15th, 2009, and yesterday was a little tough for me. I've been sober since April the 7th, and actually I've had periods of sobriety throughout the last 6 years, never longer than 2 weeks. But yesterday was different because normally I would have given in and went and bought 24 pack of beer and drank the whole thing in one night. Because I don't know, just yesterday went well for me, and I feel like I usually feel like after several days of sobriety, then I deserve to drink. Isn't that crazy? Deserve a reward. So let's go back to the thing that's killing us, the thing that was ruining our lives or is ruining our lives. And I really wanted to. My mind, my thinking was that it's crazy, but something in me, emotionally or whatever, just swells, and the switch flips. And yesterday was different for me because I was able to not do it. And the thing that was different was that I've been listening to mainly Don in London on YouTube. He's a very big help to me. I've been watching him every morning. He puts up a new video. Again, that's Don in London on YouTube. That's his username. And I watch his videos. I can relate to what he's saying, and it really helps me. It's just a calming effect on me. And I also read literature when I can find it, on literature from AA. Although I've never stepped foot inside an AA meeting, I think I probably know more about the fellowship than a lot of people that actually go. And if this does not work for me, I most certainly will have to actually physically go to meetings. But it's been helping me hearing Don's experience of 35 years of drinking and being sober now and living day to day. And it helps me, and also doing these videos helps. So I don't know if I'm going to do one every day, but if that's the only thing that will keep me from going out and buying drink and cigarettes, then I will do that for as long as it takes, because it's worth it. And the term alcoholic, I mean, you hear that term and it just, in your mind, you think of someone that's currently actively drinking and pursuing drink, and so that term, I almost don't like it, but it's a good term because it reminds us that it's not what we're doing, it's what we are. An alcoholic is what we are, and it's a shameful thing to admit that we are. That's why I'm not showing my face, and a lot of Alcoholics Anonymous, because it's an embarrassing thing to admit that you have this weakness or this character flaw or defect in your personality or your thinking. It's embarrassing, and but it's very necessary that we admit what we are, and that's what I am. And it took me a long time to finally realize that, and I didn't struggle with admitting it to myself. It was fairly easy once I saw the circumstances to admit to myself that I was an alcoholic. But what is difficult for me day to day, is to accept the fact that this is what I am and what I'm going to be for the rest of my life. I feel like, I'd like to think that I can not drink for a couple of weeks, a month, a couple of months, and then it all be behind me. But it's not going to be. My condition can return with one drink, and it's always one drink away. I can't, the definition of an alcoholic, I've heard different things, but to me, it's someone who, once they take a drink, cannot control how much they drink. If you take one, can you take one drink of a beer and set it down and not drink anymore? Can you drink just one? Can you decide and not stop? And I can't do that. I cannot do that. Once I start, it's a perpetual cycle. It's easier to drink once you take one, and it always ends up the same for me. I always drink until I'm out, till I get there, wherever that is, to a state of drunkenness where I can't, function anymore, and I go to sleep. And the only reason I started smoking cigarettes was because it ups the high of that drunkenness. You get an extra high from it. It kicks it up a notch, and that's why I did that. So I've stopped both at the same time because one would always lead to the other. So anyway, yesterday was tough, and normally I would have gone back into my old habits. I'd been just about a week. That's about how long I last, and then I go back into it. But yesterday was different because I surrounded myself with Don's videos and expressing myself in my own videos, and this helps me, kind of like what happens at AA when you go to a meeting. Though I'm certain it's not as helpful as being personally there with people, but certainly. But even going to a meeting, I'm afraid, because I don't want to see if I could be guaranteed that I wouldn't see anyone that I know or that I would ever see again publicly, then I would be really comfortable. But I don't want to recognize anybody. I don't want anybody to recognize me because it's embarrassing. And some people have overcome or decided that to not be anonymous in order to help others with their problem, and I'm very thankful for those people who've done that. Father Joseph Martin, if you've ever seen him, his videos or recordings, of course Don in London, and again, I'm not. If I make a video every day, I'm not trying to, steal any of his thunder or do any, copy him. But it, if it helps me, then I want to do that. So I really recommend him. You'll get a lot more out of his videos than you will mine. He has he's a good speaker, and he has a great insight into the alcoholic mind, and really helps me to listen to him. So, and today was a little bit tough again. My wife left to not left me. It never has gotten to that, though it would if I keep with my habit. But she left to go get the kids from school and going over to my mother-in-law's house, and I'm here by myself, and that's a bad thing, because that's when I'm tempted to go do my habit. And that's why I say, had I not have a family now, or had I not always lived with someone, a roommate or someone who would certainly disapprove of my habit, I would have gone, I would be much worse than I am now, because alcoholism is a progressive chronic disease, which means it never gets better. It always gets worse. And there's no cure for it. The only thing we can do is abstinence and stay away from the drug, because it is a drug. It is a sedative. Actually, I found out it's the same exact chemical or molecular construction of ether. And we know ether is used as an anesthetic, put people out. It's stronger, it's twice as strong, and has no water in it, so it's not diluted. So, it's a drug. And I was addicted physically to it, not really now, but certainly mentally and emotionally I'm behind, and I need to every day live without drinking, without going to extremes. I find that now that I'm not doing that this past week, I kind of subconsciously or want to go into something else, have something else that I'm obsessed with. And I have to remind myself, do something a little bit and leave it, go to something else. Go to something else. Spread out the things. Try something new, and that has really helped me. So if you'd like to post your story or video, you can contact me through YouTube anonymously. Until next time.